Hello there. This is a sort of semi-quick video. I hope it's a semi-quick video. Basically this is another salvage find. It's a 1990, what's the date on the transformer, 1997 or thereabouts, stage light that produces a different pattern, a different gobo pattern, a gobo being a shape or a colour in a certain shape that spins, as well as changes type. Now this particular one has an issue that the front mirror here, I'm looking very bright there, I'm going to turn these lights down. There we go. This front mirror here, which is, if I tilt it back, you can see that it's actually a mirror here. Doesn't spin, which is all well and good, but that's half the effect, basically, that it needs to be. So what you have here is you have a stepper motor that changes the actual different gobo effects for different shapes and colours using dichroic glass, and this part is working. The motor does work. I've actually taken the motor leads off and run the motor on 12 volts DC, and it spins in both directions quite freely with very little current. So I was left with one of two choices. Either these two transistors here, this one and this one, were faulty, and I've changed those already. The originals did check out as blown. Or this chip, which actually converts the serial data from the PIC microcontroller into functions, and it basically switches some of the outputs on and off at a certain time to spin the mirror and to change the gobo and to basically control the light in what you call party mode, which is when it's not connected to a DMX controller. Here you have your DMX control chips, which supply whatever you need to tell this chip, open this input to change the gobo, spin the wheel, spin the mirror. And these down here are the, which are just out of focus. Right, let's see if I can stay in focus. And if I move it more this way, there we go. These switches here actually set the DMX address of the unit. Everything else in this works. The lamp works, the gobo wheel works, the mirror spins, the lens is fine. I can actually focus both the gobo wheel and the mirror to get the pattern to be clear and sharp, but can't get this thing to work. So I messaged Big Clive and asked if he knew of anywhere that I could look up some diagrams and find out exactly what was going on. And between the pair of us, we sort of realised that it was going to be this chip here that was at fault. Unfortunately, the manufacturer of this chip doesn't make them anymore, so you're left to fend for yourself. So that's probably the reason this particular fixture was thrown out. But eBay comes to the rescue, and I managed to, from Germany, get a pair, let me just focus in again, there we go, a pair of the same chips. And they weren't horrendously silly priced. There were some people in the UK who wanted £20 a chip. I paid €3 each for these, so £6 for two as opposed to €20 for one, or £20 for one. There are some money grabbing bastards in this country, aren't there? So what I've got to do is I've got to unsolder the existing chip and replace it, and then we can put it into test mode. So if you'd like to hang around for that, then by all means stick around. Shouldn't take long. Obviously I'll strip the board out and do it upside down. I'll move the light off the bench and then put it all back together. Let's see how it goes. I'll put the camera on back in a second. Thanks very much. Okay, as you see, I've set the board up in my stand, and it's just a matter of applying the desoldering braid and clearing up the holes from the IC. As they say in the Haynes manual, refitting is the reverse of disassembly, so I shall reassemble and then we can test it. Back in a moment. Okay, so if you can hear me over the fan noise that this thing's making, I've got it all back together and it's in the box, and at the moment if I just tap the little microphone at the back, you can see that both the mirror here now and the gobo is changing as I'm bashing the microphone on the back. Now what I'll have to do before I can set it to DMX mode is I'll have to turn it off, and let's just flick the switches up and let it reinitialize, and hopefully if I can get this software working, location, yes, let's see what it will come up with, and see if I can get it right. Now obviously I haven't got any information on this particular fixture, but it was made a long time ago by Apollo Spectrum, and I believe it's an Australian fixture, made for the British market. It's wired for British voltage standards, and it does all work now that we've replaced the chip. So the first thing I have to say is very many thanks to Big Clive for answering my emails and for pretty much confirming what I was thinking myself. If you're not a subscriber to Big Clive's channel, then by all means go ahead and watch his channel, because it is incredibly entertaining. It's a very good channel. I've also got to say thank you to the Germany-based supplier, a link I'll put in the description, for the speedy delivery of the ICs. I actually ordered them 2 days ago and they arrived this morning from Germany, even amongst the Christmas post, and I've got to say that's absolutely fantastic service. So thank you very much, sir. I shall, as I say, put a link into the video for you, and you know, hopefully other people will come to yourself for any bits and pieces that they can't find anywhere else in the world. In DMX mode, this is now working, and yeah, another thing salvaged from a skip as dead and unrepairable is brought back to life and will be put into use with my other lighting bits and pieces. Every now and then I shall, maybe we have a party and I'll fire this thing up. Maybe I'll take it to use if the children ever do another stage gig with bands. But hey ho, it's all working. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.